Wagwan people.
What's crackles, eh? Y'all, how y'all's doing?
Everybody.
Fucking cut match. What's up? What's morning?
You know, everything is what it is. Life is life in. You know, blessings are blessing. We just keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on. Life is just
hungry, but other than that, life is good.
Everything
Gucci.
I can't complain. But what will complaining do? Absolutely nothing. So.
Nothing, babe. Absolutely nothing.
There's always something to complain about. I've been being more intentional about gratitude, and I find that I have way more to be grateful for than I have to complain about, and I love that.
It's true though. Still,
I love to
it's
see
true. It. Guys, if you didn't listen to last week's episode, we talked about life and it's the scamminess that it is, and
it's true.
Facts. Life is indeed
just
a scam.
Why it is that we live it the way that people tell us to live it. So if you listen to that episode, you need to listen to that episode. That's last week's episode. Go back and listen to it because it was great.
My friend messaged me. I was like, I'm loving WMTR, by the way. Love that. Thanks. And she said the last one definitely took a turn. Like how you would talk about at God, why did you do this? This was a setup. And she was like, I'm screaming because it literally was a setup. Like why did we do this?
Oh my gosh.
Dying.
Me doing research yesterday trying to find the answer, but anyway. Thank you guys so much for interacting with us on the Instagram page. As per usual, every week we have these little questions so we can hear what you have to say about the topics that we discuss, because obviously you're not here when we're having the conversation. So that's why we have the conversation again on Instagram. So make sure you're following us at WMTR Podcast. You know, we get on every Saturday is when the polls go live and the little question boxes. So go and check them out so that you can be, so we can talk about what you love saying on the pod.
Yes. Absolutely. Wagwan, my people. Listen, we are in the We Love to See It segment of the podcast. This is where we highlight the dope people like you and me and us that are doing dope things. And we just want to celebrate you, shout you out. So who wants to go first this week? Okay, I'll go first this week. Because I don't know what the hell Sakaéla's doing, and Chakara just gave me blank stare.
I was looking at Sakaéla because I didn't know she was raising her hand.
I don't know what that was. So this week, ironically, I want to shout out a person who I have known for many years, who I have seen really just work hard consistently, climb to the top, shamelessly pursue their goals to kind of, get what they need to get and pay what they need to pay. Just do it, regardless of what anyone thought. Like, even when they didn't fit in, they still did it, and they're just making it happen. So this person is quite strange, but we love her.
Very.
We love her. What is our very own Sakaéla Justice, who just hit 50K on YouTube.
I feel like that was all of our We Love to See It.
Because it was mine as well.
We just love to see Sakaéla Justice today because we have been aiming for 50K subscribers for a while, and Mama, we fucking made it.
We made it. Mama, we made it.
Crazy.
How do you feel?
It was just like I saw yesterday. I was at I think it was 49.8. So I'm like, at some point soon, I'm gonna hit 50K. But I didn't expect to wake up to it. So I went to respond to a comment because someone had commented, and then I saw 50K subscribers, and I was like, wait, No. Let me check my app because, like, as if it's gonna be different. So I said, let me check my app that gives me my subscriber count. 50,000 subscribers, and I was just like, what? I was like, don't cry. Don't cry. It's not that deep to get away. You want to cry for? Don't cry. And I was like, no, but what the heck?
And then in true Sakaéla fashion, she goes on the Instagrams.
Like, I posted it and I'm like, no, but I need you to know how I feel about this. Like, seeing it just doesn't encompass the way that I am feeling right now about the fact that this is what just happened. So, like, I had to let the people know, man. Thank you for support. Because I mean, I can't not say thank you,
Of course. No, I'm joking. Of course.
For supporting me, bro. Like, it's crazy.
50K next up, 100K.
That's crazy.
It's only up from her, my guy.
Man, we love to see it.
Like,
so y'all ain't subscribed to my channel, please go and subscribe. I make fashion content and it's really cool. I'm pretty dope. I think my hair is blonde right now if you haven't watched the video. So I mean that lets you know that I'm kind of a cool person. So
is that what that means?
What? I mean, it depends who you ask.
That's true. Yeah, some people might think I'm weird, but
no, that's not.
Okay. Now, so
please subscribe to our channel for more like this.
More like this. Yeah, more like this.
Yeah.
Anyway, because I knew that we were all going to pick Sakaéla Justice, I picked someone else. This week, I love to see Aisha.
I knew it. That was my next one. That was my second. I knew you were gonna pick it, so I didn't pick it.
I was like, I had Sakaéla, and I was like, Sakaéla's gonna talk about this herself, so let me go pick Aisha.
I wasn't sure she was gonna talk about it herself. I was like, I'm gonna just. And I was like, Chakara's definitely gonna use Aisha, and then I'm gonna be mad because I think she picked the same one.
Love her, as we know.
Pure heart.
Aisha. I say this all the time. I freaking love you. I love you. Oh my god. Anyway, Aisha has been working her forever on her craft, on her she is art personified.
She is magic.
We talked about her once before and I didn't have the words and they still fail me because you just have to experience her to know what we mean. So go to Instagram, follow Amelia Pure Heart. I think there's an underscore in there on Instagram and just get your life. She's working on a few things. She was telling me about it while I was home. And I think this was the first bit of the series that she's doing. So she had a show that is called 8 Minute Delay. It was at BSOA, Bermuda Society of Arts. It was I hate the fact that I could not be there.
I know.
I literally just got back to England. And if it was last week, I would have been there getting my life. But anyway, I know it was dope. And I love her. She is working on a number of things right now. She's working on an album. She's gonna be performing at the Bermuda Festival next month. So look out for that.
Oh, nice.
And there's just so many more dope things to come from this dope human being. And if you're not following her, what are you doing? Get on it.
Also, if you happen to think, because I saw this on my timeline, if you think that Aisha is charging too much damn money for her gift, for her art, I'm gonna need you to get your life and go sort it out because I'm sorry.
It's not even that. It's not the this is too much. It's the this is too much for an unestablished artist, ma'am. How dare you fix your lips to say that to an artist, period? How dare you fix your lips to say that to an artist the night before their show?
And then when artists hop on a plane and take the talents elsewhere, you'll be the first to say, oh, why would you leave Bermuda? Why wouldn't you invest in? I heard we have probably one of the most talented artists on the island offering you just a smidgen, not even the full capacity of what she has, and you have the audacity to question what she is charging. Please get your life.
And this is not even considering the fact that it was $75. It's in Bermuda.
That's like $20 that's $20 in equivalent.
Literally.
It's not like it was outside. Like it's an indoor venue. Like these things cost money in Bermuda. Like, do you know how much it costs to buy one bag of groceries in Bermuda? So imagine how much it costs to put on a show like this.
One of this, caliber.
And of this caliber. That's just so disrespectful.
But anyway, back to Aisha, who is the star of your We Love to See It.
Aisha, I'm so proud of you. I love you so much. I'm looking forward to the album. I can't wait for everything that you do. Thank you for loving this country as much as you do, because like you said, people can choose to take the talent elsewhere. And while Aisha has left the country, she always comes back because
most of her work is rooted in Bermuda and
in Bermuda
culture,
because she loves. And we love you.
Magic. We love you, Aisha. You are magic. Continue to shine, please. Never stop.
Period.
And that is, unless Sakaéla wants to hype up herself again, I believe. I'm not against it. If you want to, please, by all means.
We love to see me this.
We love to see you. Yeah, that is the end of the We Love to See It segment of this podcast, guys. Please tag us in things that you think we love to see. I saw somebody tag us on Instagram the other day. Dope. Thank you for giving us content to share that molds well with what we talk about. We love to see it. We love to see you. Shout out to you, May, Janae. You're a real one.
Okay, so now, guys, we're into the ghetto.
The ghetto!
This is the segment of the podcast in which we talk about the crazy things that you love you doing, that we see on socials or in the media, and we just want to know why. So, who's got the first one?
I feel like my ghetto is not even really that ghetto, but we're going to talk about it anyway. Khloe Kardashian posted, I don't know if it was yesterday or very recently, that she is allowing her curls to come back because she's been straightening her hair since she was a teenager, and now she's like on a natural hair journey. And obviously Black Twitter is eating her up because, first of all, maybe are you AJ's daughter? Because your sister's hair is shiny.
Oh my gosh.
Second of all, girl, please go along with your 1A hair, because it's not curly. Please, just these Caucasians just love to be in.
I don't know. I was confused by that. I didn't get why everyone was upset. I guess
I feel like it's just it has a curl, but
and she could possibly get heat damage. Like, I don't. Maybe I should know why people are upset about it.
I think it's buzzwords. It's the natural hair journey that everybody was mad at.
Right, like I feel like that's sacred.
Yeah, I don't know, because I guess I get it. I guess. Yeah, okay.
I feel like I feel like the Kardashians already just have a bad rap period for blackfishing and all of this stuff. So for her to now come and do this as well makes it seem like
also,
she's even
white
trying to get
people are very skilled at this sort of thing. This is like quad level gaslighting. They know what they're doing.
Fair.
They know what they're doing, and it's something so tiny that you or I might not like bat an eye at it, and then when somebody gets upset, we might be like, it's not really a big deal, but they know what they're doing, and they're freaking great at it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, Chloe.
Fair.
Go ahead
with
your 2A hair. Period, sis. Live your life. Live your truth, OJ's daughter. I love to see it.
We support coming back from heat damage or whatever. Okay, Cliff.
Yeah. So I have two. Okay, so let's make this quick. On This Morning, the show that airs here in the UK, I don't even know how to say this man's name. Eamon Holmes. I'm probably messing it up, but he went on air to tell this beautiful Black queen, whose name I do not have here, so please forgive me, that her natural hair reminded him of an alpaca. Unprovoked. Just
I hate
you could
It's a strong word to
see,
say hate, but like
you could literally see if you want to see how we as Black women, as Black people, take your microaggressions and how we try and almost like make
diffuse it,
them
like make it, you're right, like
diffuse
make it
them, like just kind of
appease them because they thought it was
appease.
funny. Like
Exactly. Watch this video. If you can tell this lady is clearly uncomfortable,
uncomfortable.
offended, but yeah, she's so professional and was able to say, you know, don't touch my hair and just say these things that needed to be, well, that's the only thing she said. But anyway, you could see the whole situation pan
Like,
out.
just what made him even, I don't even understand what made him think to say
Why?
this. Like, what made, like, bro, just.
And apparently, this is not his first time saying something so ridiculous. So get him off the air. And you could see his wife, because the lady that was there with him, his wife was like, oh crap. Like you could see her face, like, oh my gosh, what has he said? Okay, second, we have radical right-wing preacher Joshua Feuerstein tells Christians, you don't have to wear a mask. You got Jesus. You don't need the vaccine. You got Jesus.
That's so problematic.
And I just want to say, enough is enough. Please.
Cut it out.
Please, just stop. Just enough.
You can have Jesus and medicine.
I mean,
you can have Jesus and a vaccine.
Two things can be true. You can have Jesus and go to therapy. I mean, you can have Jesus and wear thongs. The options are plentiful. Please, just enough is enough. Leave us alone. My goodness. If you want to live your life without vaccines and masks, so be it. That's your choice, I suppose. But leave us alone and stop spreading misinformation. That's what I'm saying.
That's all.
That's all.
Period. Okay, so I saw this TikTok and the listeners, the girl speaks a lot about what this person looks like. So if you're listening and you want to see what this person looks like, watch the video. I'm just gonna play this. My ghetto here is the audacity, because that's all that man have.
I just really need TikTok to unpack this Tinder bio with me for a moment. Then I'll do a reveal of the lovely gentleman behind it. But stick with me. This is a roller coaster. 6'3", period. I'm more than likely better looking than you. If you can't deal with that, I don't know what to tell you. I'm probably going to ruin your life more than I have my own. I don't want to say I'm damaged. More like a can of peaches with a small dent in it, but still okay to eat. I'll be the one you tell your parents about and tell your friends how I'm the one who got away. Not here for hookups. I love MILFs. Thick girls have a special place in my heart. Come here, girl. My anthem, me, myself, and I. G-Eazy. And ladies and gentlemen, drumroll please, the man behind this bio.
Oh, that's his bio.
Wait.
No, I thought she was just reading off some shit that she herself was
reading
feeling.
his Tinder bio.
Oh my dear, sir.
It's just,
sir.
I'll probably ruin your life. I'm the guy you take home to meet your mama, but
look at yourself.
I'm trying to wife you as whatever shit he said. It's just why?
You can't even say that's a Caucasian thing. That is.
It's not. It's a
nigga.
Sir, do you see yourself? Do you see yourself?
It's a different flavor of the audacity that men have. Somebody the tweet said, "Okay, so this is white on white crime." It's just
don't do it.
You better. Men do better.
These dating apps be.
Child, I'm not even getting into it. I'm not willing. Not even.
Oh, madness. Just madness. Oh my God.
Child.
Just. So, this is the segment in which we come together and sigh. So, collective sigh. Do battle, guys.
Hey, friends. Okay, now we're getting into the meat and potatoes of the podcast, the WMTR section. Who makes the rules? What you came for? And today it's my week, and I want to know who makes the rules on cancel culture, because I've been seeing a lot of people just be able to flip right back in from the disasters that we all said we would no longer partake in. So, can you come back from cancel culture? Are you ever really canceled? I mean, comedy and cancel culture, where's the line? Where do we draw that line? I want to know, because I'm struggling as an all or nothing person.
I mean, cancel culture ain't real.
Cancel
For
culture is not real.
Wish it could be real, but that shit ain't real.
It ain't
It's
real.
because there's too many. When you become a diehard of somebody, right? When you become a fan of somebody, you're more likely to not. You're not gonna stop. Like me with Chris Brown, as much as fuck that nigga because he's a fucking bitch ass nigga. Like I know that he's a ain't shit nigga. Like he be, doing what he be doing, but that man is beautiful. And like I just can't, for whatever reason, my mind just can't. I don't listen to his music as much as I used to because I was a diehard back in the day. But come and say something negative about Chris Brown, I will. You're not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying?
I understand. I don't get that. I don't
get it's
my brain can't
why it doesn't
comprehend
make sense.
because
But you
literally
want to
just
talk about
called him an
toilets?
ancient
You want to
nigga.
talk about the baby? You want to talk about please fuck them niggas?
Well,
And I
what's
will
the
definitely not.
difference, though?
There is no
What's the
difference.
difference between
That's
Chris
what I'm
Brown and
saying.
toilet?
it's
When you're a
literally because
diehard
you
of
think that
somebody,
he is fine.
yes,
That is the only reason. And
and
him being
like his
fine is
dancing,
able for you to
other things.
dismiss all of the disgrace
Not
and
dismissed,
disgust. Well,
but just
if you're
I
willing
don't
to
partake
go
in
head to head with
all of his
someone,
music as much as I used to. Like I'm not on him like I used to be. And that's not even because of like the Rihanna thing, or it's not because of any of those things really. It's just I just kind of grew out of Chris Brown.
But you just said you are willing to go toe to toe with anyone that
I would
comes
go back
for
and
Chris
forth.
Brown.
I would go back and forth with somebody if they tried to tell me.
So that's not you dismissing the things that he's done.
But I'm just proving that cancel culture doesn't exist. That's all I'm trying to do right now.
Okay.
Is just let you know why it doesn't exist and how people can just be a diehard of somebody and not really care about what they have done. Even like with the nigga Danny from Love Island, when he came out and they said he said nigga and all that stuff. Like people were still backing him. Like people will still back the people that they, because you've got this attachment to him now and you just can't seem to. It's a weird thing.
Because I'm willing to cancel anyone that like if physical abuse, like I'm just it's over. I'm willing to like I can't forget all that Kanye did. Like I can't forget when we were in the White House with the red hat pro-Trump. And now everyone just seems to be like, hey ho, Kanye is back. Let's keep buying his shoes. Let's go to this concert, sell it out, and put him at the top. Like I just
can't, dude.
Why?
Not for either.
Why can't you? I don't know. I don't know if it's just a me thing, but I really struggle with this whole cancel culture because if I'm truly not into somebody or like they've done something, like I'll never support the baby. I can't.
I will never listen to him anyway. Like so, but I just feel like I also feel like people think that they are just a drop. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a drop in the 10 million followers. Like me unfollowing, what is that gonna do? So then they kind of just are like, well, whatever. Like
that's such a
2 months
excuse.
Past, it is, but I'm just saying global woman with everything that happens, they think like I ain't gonna make that much of a difference. So like why does it matter if I can stop listening, but he's still gonna make money. I could stop watching, but he's still gonna,
Not even that. I just feel like people keep going, right? So yeah, people do shit all the time, do outlandish things, ridiculous things, and you'll be like, oh, I'm not on board with that. But when you're good at something and when you're good at what you do, I feel like it's easy for us or like the fans or whoever to ignore all of the like compartmentalization is the portion of the fans. So it's like, yeah, Kanye was in the White House doing coon shit. So that's up in this box. And then he releases Jesus is King. And, you got a group of people who's like, yeah, Kanye is a coon, but this song's good. So I like this. And then Kanye is a coon, which is up here. And Jesus is King, this was good. So this is her. And then Donda and all of this stuff. This is the new album, and with this new album, I remember all of the old albums. I remember when Kanye was so the Kanye that I knew and loved. I expect him to come back, so I have to listen to this. I have to pre-order this. I have to hear this as soon as it comes out, because I'm holding on to this thing that I knew from beginning.
Nostalgia
this is still here up in the shelf collecting dust now, because this is a new thing. There's that. And because who or not, he is good at what he does.
True.
And that's the whole thing. Like with R. Kelly, where people were like, can we separate the art from the artist?
No, I can't.
You have people who absolutely cannot do that, who are not willing to do that. And you have people who can.
It's true.
Like if you heard that, you choose to press pause, you choose to mute R. Kelly. And I feel like we all did that. But if Wonderful or whatever song, any number of the songs came on, like if Contagious were to start playing right now, like outside, would you not sing along?
I know, but that's the thing. I would sing along, but once I remember that it's R. Kelly, it's tainted. I can't. I'm grossed. Get it away from me.
Right.
Just because instantly that's the memory. Like I realize all that he's done, and it is just too much.
I feel like cancel people is also controversial in the sense that people are so. They believe what they want to believe, right? So even for R. Kelly, I talked to my daddy about him, and he's like, "Nope, he didn't do it. I don't want to." So like people want to believe what they want to believe. So I don't believe that nigga did it. Then I'm gonna still listen to his music. Like you can continue to try to tell me this, and this. Vaccine proves that people will believe whatever they wish to believe.
Very much so.
So if someone doesn't want to cancel this person for this, like even when I think back to like when I was in middle school. Like the whole like Illuminati thing when that was going on and everybody was there, we ain't gonna listen to these people's music. Where has that gone? Like things just people forget it. I wouldn't even say forget.
It's not that they forget. They don't care.
It's just they just stop caring. You care for like everybody's hyped about this, everybody's vaxxed about this. Next month there's a new movie out. There's a new song that dropped. Yeah. He just did. Just did.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's like it's not cancel culture. It's like
it's not cancel.
You're in the hot
seat. Hurt your pockets for 2 seconds, and then
these things have a span, like a lifespan of a week. Yeah. We care about the timelines. They come together, and we care about this thing for the week. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, the Amazon is on fire. Oh my God, Notre Dame burned. Right. Oh my God, the baby is a horrible fucking person. Oh my God, Tory Lanez shot Megan in the foot. Next week, oh my God, Tory Lanez dropped a new album. Like
it's a madness. Yeah,
they don't care.
Yeah,
cancel culture just proves not even like cancel really culture and anti-vax and all of this shit. All it proves is that people are fucking ridiculous. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's all. That's the only thing that will remain. People are ridiculous because when you hear some of the reasons as to why they will still support this person who has all of this evidence against them, it makes no sense. Just like for the reasons, I'm not going to get into that. Never mind. People are ridiculous. That's it.
And how do you feel like? How do you think a person can revive themselves? Although we say cancel culture is not real, but the person say R. Kelly or not R. Kelly, we're not using him because, but like somebody else who's having a bad week, whether it be a social media influencer or whatever. How do you guys think the best way for them is to kind of address the situation? Because I feel like it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you just stay silent and try and avoid it, it's like, oh, so you are not willing to even acknowledge what you've done. And then if you do acknowledge it, do apologize. It's like, oh, your PR wrote that. Like, or it's not good enough. Like, I don't know. How does a person?
I think it is a damned if you do, damned. Like, I don't. It like, is. Not everybody will not everybody will be satisfied. And that's period. Right. Like with whatever you do, nobody is ever going to be happy with what you've chosen to do. So like you have to make the decision for yourself. Like, am I gonna not speak on this? But then what will be worse for me? for me personally to not speak on this or to speak on this. Because even the baby, he posted this little thing and then he deleted that. That ain't on his Instagram no more. Like, sir, like you're just that's very primitive and you can see that. So that I feel like damaged, but maybe not damaged his career more than not saying anything at all. So I mean, I feel like it's touch and go. Like you have to just figure out what in this situation will work best. Because even like the YouTubers, they little sorry apology videos. Like, bro, I promise you, we don't really care because we know that you're maybe being genuine, but who knows? You just never know.
I feel like
intentions.
you can tell sort of under genuine.
Yeah. That's true.
And, with the whole, I don't know if you guys saw the whole Darius Crooks thing on Twitter, where the kitchenista has been going on for months now about how he's a whole scammer. And some years ago, like the only reason I even know who Darius Crooks is because Kevin on Stage had him on that show that he did, Ask or whatever. He had him on Ask a Millionaire. So apparently Darius Crooks is this whole scammer where he like just scams Black women and steals their recipes. It's a lot. And he's an abuser. It's a lot. And he was running this like credit score fraud thing, pretended that he was a millionaire, just all this stuff. So like he was going on about how he was a millionaire. So Kevin on Stage had him on the show and blah, blah, blah. So now with all of this Darius Crooks thing, that's the hashtag on Twitter if you want to search it up. I guess people were calling out Kevin on Stage because he had him on the show and it's like, oh, you support him and he's an abuser and his this and his that. And with all of that coming out, Kevin never said anything. And then he later did get on and make an apology video and express that he does not actually support this person. And when he did have him on the show, however many years ago, he didn't know. He was like all of this is just coming out now. Like we're all collectively finding out that this person is actually a liar and a fraud and an abuser. Like he assaulted some woman. He wasn't paying his employees. Like all of this stuff, this is news to all of us. Like I didn't know. So when I had him on the show, like I thought he was a millionaire. And now that I know this, I don't support him, but he was explaining why he hadn't said anything because he had a friend who was abused by the guy and she asked him not to say anything. So he kept quiet. But then he was pretty much explaining the importance of someone of his like level, on someone who has his platform, how important it is to actually say something and how damaging it is to keep quiet. So I think it is like, I think they do have a responsibility to say something, like, because we're all human and we're all going to mess up at some point. We're going to get something wrong at some point.
Yep.
So it is important to come back and make that acknowledgement and apology. But also we can tell when you're just doing it because that's what you have to do.
Right.
So I think that's where it comes. I mean, it's not a matter of pleasing the people, because at some point you're always gonna be upset. Somebody will always be upset no matter what you do. But I think if you take the time to like reflect and think about what that means for you, then you can make the decision. So like, I don't believe in apologizing if you're not sorry. So if you feel like the baby, for example, if he believes what he said, if that's truly how he feels, then he should stand on it. Like I don't believe his apology. And the whole line about, oh, I need education and all that, like that's tight. That's what everybody says. It's rehearsed.
And Google is free.
Right.
Please.
And like, come on. But like, if it's something from however many years ago,
you didn't know.
And that's like, I struggle with that because people like bringing up things that like
in
tweets from like 20
Right.
years ago and stuff. On one hand, I struggle with it, and on the other hand, it's like, okay, this was said, and I'm gonna still need you as someone that has a platform to acknowledge and kind of tell me why this isn't you anymore. But also the person that's found it from 20 years ago, you're also kind of weird for
for even
doing all
and
that
a lot
research.
like, and that's where I struggle with the whole cancel culture thing, because you're giving far back. Like if you went into the depths of my Twitter, I mean, I ain't nobody, so I don't have to really worry about this. But like if somebody went into the depths of my Twitter and pulled up some shit that I said when I was in college, like I said some wild things. I was problematic. I was a problematic person for no reason.
Ignorant and stupid. God,
Just
I'm going back and
stupid.
deleted some stuff just in case.
As have I, just because like I've searched my Twitter and I was like, what? Shakara, what the fuck? Like, what
Who
was
were
wrong with
you?
me?
Like,
Right. So like if I were to like blow up and somebody went through my Twitter and found something that I tweeted in 2012, like I just feel like an apology, like I would have to say, okay, well, I was 20, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like I'm not that person anymore. But nobody wants to hear I was young. Yeah, but also allow people to grow and change, because I'm not who I was in 2012.
Yeah.
At all. Like I'm nothing like that at all. I've grown so much and I've learned so much. Right. So like there's got to be room for that as well.
Yeah, people don't.
So I think that's the struggle that I have.
People don't like to forgive, I guess you could say. Because, well, some people, because once you get that in your head, oh, she said that. Like, I remember back a little while ago, I think Nala or somebody had tweeted some, like, from way, way, way back. And they're just like, but that's not who I am anymore. Like, I'm not that person. But if people feel like I feel like some people want to find something, like, want to find something to hate this person for. So like now that I found a tweet when she was 13 years old and she said, bitch, I'm 25 now. Like I'm not the same person that I was when I was a 13-year-old child. Like my mind has developed. I'm thinking differently. I'm moving differently. But people like to grasp and hold on to like whatever they can to tear somebody down. Because even when I think about like on YouTube, like people watch YouTube videos just to dislike. Like like people do these things. They just want to find a reason to hate for like no reason at all. So like, regardless of whether or not someone should be or shouldn't be.
I don't know if you guys saw that. There's a video that was viral on Twitter of this guy like dancing with his students to the Skate song by Silk Sonic. Have you seen that? Because some teacher has got skates on and has got the students behind him, and there's the choreo, and like it's really good. It's a black teacher, black students. It's like just nice, like a teacher and students having fun together. And somebody quote tweeted, I was like, using your students to get fame is lame. Like, why? Like, why would you? Why?
Why is that where your mind is?
Like, why would you? And then there are people that agree with him. It's like, oh, if it was really about the students, you wouldn't be in the front doing all the choreo. Like, bro, they're all what?
Right. Like you're just looking for anything.
Anything to say.
Right.
So like, it's weird. Like I said, people are ridiculous.
Yeah.
And on another hand, like, I guess on the other side of that, it's like not everything is cancel culture. Like I think sometimes if there is like a certain person that is being held accountable for their actions, another set of people will then say, why are you trying to cancel them? Why like cancel culture, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, no, actually, we're not trying to cancel said person. We are just trying to, like I said, hold them accountable for their poor actions, for their words, for something that was just not right. So yeah, I think there's like a fine line, like having to find the balance.
Yeah.
So that we don't just assume that everybody is trying to cancel everybody. That's not always the case.
Yeah.
Like you can hold somebody accountable and not want them to never be present on TV or elsewhere.
Right.
You know?
And that's okay. I think it's important to hold people accountable.
Yeah,
for things that they have done and said in the past.
Nothing wrong.
Because
celebrities
like,
really be feeling. I feel like celebrities feel like they're, untouchable in a sense, like where they can. Which I mean, I guess they kind of are, but in a sense that like a lot of you're got millions and millions and millions of followers or people that love you, so you will always have people that will back you regardless. You know what I'm saying? There will always be diehards that will. Like, it don't matter what happens, I am going to back this person. I don't care if you're coming at me with with facts. No, I will not. I know that he's wrong with what he does. I ain't saying that I support
I'm joking.
I'm just trying to state my case because they're coming out, they're coming Chris Brown stand because I'm not anymore. But because I've been there, and again, but Chris Brown came out, I was in primary school. So from that point up until maybe I was, I don't know, 18, I was in love with the man. Like, girl, you ain't never gonna see this nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that was my man. Like, nobody could tell me nothing about him, yada, yada, yada. And like, there are people that are still like this at 30 years old that are in love with whoever it could be. It could be Jay-Z, it could be Michael B. Like, it don't matter who it is.
Michael
like,
B.
people
Jordan.
are just in love with whoever they want to be. So they are going to ride for the person. And some celebrities, I feel like they think they're so untouchable that like they don't have to worry about the controversial things that come up, or like regardless of, okay, so you found out that I said this, and like, you know what I'm saying, like, and like, what do you want me to do now? Like Kevin Hart with his issues with his wife when he cheated and he did this and he came out with an apology, but look at where he is now. He's still Kevin Hart. Like
exactly.
Cancel culture, I've never seen anybody truly be canceled. The only person I can say maybe is Daniel Caesar, but I'm sure people still listen to him. But I remember,
that was self-inflicted because he said, "I'm not going to make music anymore." Everybody was like, "All right, cool."
I wasn't sure what his issue was, but I know
I'm pretty sure that's what happened, right?
And then he still made more music, and
right, like he's
still
like,
listening.
Something along those lines.
I've never experienced
cancel culture worked for Chrisette Michele. Chrisette Michele got canceled. And I struggle with that because like everybody was mad because she performed at the inauguration, but she performed at the inauguration, Donald Trump's inauguration, with Travis Green.
Yes.
And Travis Green never got canceled.
It's true.
That confuses me.
True. But it was also her.
Artist. I feel like because she's smaller, Travis is probably bigger than her. I feel like, again, I feel like it comes to in a sense, like I feel like
if she's smaller, then why would she need to be canceled?
I think it was also her response to that as well, because when she was asked, when she was held accountable, her response to it was not like, "I didn't see this happening. I'm so sorry." It was very like, "I did it forthright. I'm not taking any accountability for this." I think that might have played a big part in that. And then Donald Trump went on to destroy essentially the world. So it's like, how do you recover when the person that you were an ally for essentially continues to screw everything up? Like, how do you catch your breath and stay above water after that? Did you guys see Jessie Wu? She's always in some stuff, but she went on, I'm gonna play it. She went on Wild 'N Out. This is what I think about like comedy and cancel culture. But I'm gonna play it anyway. Let me just pull this all the way out.
You said who? Jessie who?
Jessie Wu. Okay, let me give a backstory. So basically, on Wild 'N Out, there's a segment basically where you have to act out why a person doesn't answer the answer machine. So you're pretending that you are the recording for the answering machine and telling why you can't answer the phone. So this is what Jessie Wu did. Sorry.
I'm dead. I laughed, but I didn't feel like I should have. But I feel like that's like what
girls
you
are trying to cancel Jessie.
Like, that type of comedy. That's
why.
Like, that's like
because Whitney Houston, legend. Do you want to acknowledge the fact that she's dead, or like, was it too racy? I don't necessarily think it was, but
I thought it was.
That's what Wild 'N Out is to me. And I think if it was a woman, if it was a man that said that,
it would have been funny.
Yeah, it would have been taken a lot different. But yeah.
I feel like shows like that, though, I feel like that's the point, is to kind of push the envelope. Like, you're trying to make them jokes that are like Was that too far? Or but I
Right.
don't even think that was too far. She is dead. What is like she's dead. Like that was funny. It's that type of comedy. But I think comedy is one thing that
Cancel culture doesn't really belong in comedy. Not on the
particularly, but I feel
stage,
like in
but
a
like
sense.
if the comedian
Sometimes
if a
I think
comedian is like in real life being like racist or something, then by all means cancel his ass. But you know,
But like
on
if it's
on
racist jokes,
stage,
like where do you draw the line?
I think some people should like if 2021 was happening back when they were doing the sets back in the day, they would have got canceled. Because some stuff that people say is very you're being problematic, and what you're saying is kind of a bit like you're being homophobic, you're being racist, you're being this, you're being that. Like you need to there's a difference between funny and being disrespectful. Like, you know, there's a thin line that I think sometimes they don't know, or they feel like they can't kind of teeter-totter and go this way, which is a bit like, hey, you're actually offending some people. Like jokes, I don't think jokes should offend. Like if it becomes offensive, then I feel like no, you're not being funny. Like if you're being disrespectful, that's not funny. But
then how do we measure the offense, or like how do we gauge that? Because you might say we're at a comedy show together, you find something funny, I find it offensive.
Right. It's true.
Right.
It can be very subjective, but I feel like there's a universal, there's some things are universal, you know, majority will find this. I feel like if it's a majority thing, if it's a one-off where it's like only a couple of people, then you might be a little sensitive. But if it's a majority thing, then it's kind of like maybe I need to reassess what I'm saying. I don't know. Comedy is a weird one because
it's a hard one,
isn't
it?
Funny, but you have to just know your audience, I guess, and know what you can and can't say. I don't know.
Yeah.
But cancel culture isn't real. It's a facade. It's a scam like everything else. Like it's really not. It's really not. I agree. I don't think that it's actually real. We can cancel if we want to cancel, but again, we're such little people. And even if 10,000 people cancel this person, there's still 7 million that are still rocking. You know what I'm saying? And it just
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. But then y'all be telling me, Sakaéla, stop using your plastic, but I said I don't want to eat fish because it's killing the ocean, because I don't, but it don't matter.
Let me just tell you guys something. This is what Sakaéla does. Sakaéla will hold on to something for so long. Do you realize that this was a conversation from last week that this girl has not let go of?
The plastic conversation was last week because she refuses to get a Brita water pitcher and continues to go to Tesco to buy.
She would tell the story completely out of context.
But listen, the fish thing that she's talking about is from months ago. Like to the point that I don't even remember what this conversation was. That's what she's talking about right now. Months.
I'm gonna need you to let it go, sis.
I'm just saying. You're saying that it shouldn't matter that it's only 10,000 people that are canceling. But if I say I don't want to eat fish because I'm trying to save the ocean, but Sakaéla, you're only one person. So who cares if we cancel them because it's only one person? That's the logic that I'm hearing, is that it don't matter. Ain't that logic making sense? Yo, tell me if the logic is making sense, because I feel like that logic makes a lot of sense.
She's also the most logical person in the
She's so logical. And I mean, as you can tell, as Chakara said, we don't even remember what this fish conversation was. And
it was about the salmon and the documentary that I watched. And I tell you that I wasn't going to eat fish no more because the documentary said eating fish is killing the ocean. And because the ocean is very important.
Eating fish?
Did you stop eating fish?
You told me it don't matter, so I didn't stop eating fish.
And we also, maybe we just said, you know, Sakaéla, you're not eating fish, but you still eat meat and dairy, like all the other things that may affect the world and so on and so forth, and you just chose fish. I think that might have just been the conversation.
Notice how she might acknowledge that.
It was just truly fish is what's ending the entire world. It's just
but
fish.
She was still gonna buy her Tesco water.
But she will buy everything else, just not fish. So that might have been the conversation. But again, it was a month ago. This whole conversation about plastic was a week ago. I mean, the fact that we are even talking about this on the podcast today is beyond me, because it has nothing to do with cancel culture.
It does. The point I was making is that we can cancel as many people as we want, but there will still always be diehards. We can stop eating or using as much plastic as we want, but there will still be people that are using plastic. So what difference does it make? We're all gonna die anyway. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thought that I be having about these things. It's like, cancel, don't cancel. Use your plastic, don't use your plastic. Be plant-based, don't be plant-based. At the end of the day, we're all going to
Yeah, I'm glad you laughed. I'm glad you laughed. I'm glad you couldn't get through it because wow. Wow.
We be canceling these big corporations. We be trying to cancel McDonald's. Let's cancel Coke. Let's cancel. But that don't stick either. Cancel anything doesn't matter.
Cancel their mozzarella sticks you order in abundance
every time.
Every time.
They're not on the menu right now anyway. But like, I'm just saying, like,
oh, you know.
imagine. See, look, me, I'm very fickle. I am going to do what I want to do. Like, okay, so there was this. I was watching this Vice documentary. This family, this man, he was working at like Frito-Lay or whatever, and he got hurt in the job. The job didn't want to pay for his medical. The stalking his family, trying to figure out if he's lying about this, yada yada yada. Anyway, so they will like boycott these companies because like they're not treating their workers fairly. And you hear about all these things about workers not being treated fairly. Amazon, ain't nobody gonna boycott Amazon for real. Like, I feel like all of these things that we be trying to say, like, let's boycott, let's make a change, let's do this. People ain't really gonna do none of that stuff.
Well, like, no, people won't do it.
What if they do it in such a little minuscule amount?
But imagine if you just didn't acknowledge it at all.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe the reason that these things are being acknowledged is that so somebody can see, somebody in those higher positions can see, like, hey, we're onto you. We realize what you're doing, and that can shift the change. Like, everything happens. I think there's a purpose in people
trying to do these things.
Yeah, trying to make these decisions and trying to stop these things from happening.
I think if you truly believe in something, like if you decide that you are going to cancel something or someone, that you should stand by it, regardless of whether or not you feel you're making a huge difference. Like if you were so concerned about your whole fish thing, then us telling you that it didn't make a difference, you should have stood on that. Fish. Because like when it's a big thing, when it's a big thing like that, like sure, like the whole the baby thing, we'll use him. That was a big thing on our timelines, but I'm sure there were a number of people who enjoy his music who had no idea that he said any of that.
Right.
You know? And then like even with the corporations, there are people who will still order from Amazon who don't know how they're treating their workers. Or people like the Frito-Lay, like people, there exist people who will go to the store and buy these chips and know absolutely nothing about this company and how it's run. And that's why you'll always have somebody that's putting money into it. And then you have people who just don't care. But if you are one of those people who do care, then care and stand on it.
And stick through it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Salmon, swai, whatever. The fish.
Oh gosh.
Oh my gosh. Guys.
Why?
Listen, I think this has been a great episode, a great conversation. Thank you for talking about cancel culture, guys. I appreciate it. And friends, if you have anything to add, make sure you are following us on socials. Give us a tea. We want to know what you feel about said subject. And make sure you are following us on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at WMTR Podcast for all the sauce, for all the magic. And you can follow me at Helena Pike _ and just journeying. It's fire. It's great. It's just do what you need to do.
You can follow me at _JustKara and Chakara the artist. And you might as well subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Chakara because I'm coming with that heat. Period.
And you can follow me at Sakaéla and also subscribe to my channel. Let's get me to 100K.
100K on the way, baby. Period. Guys, see you next week. Bye.
Boy.